Man, it's really windy out. Let's see if this works. How's everybody doing? I lowered, it might be a little quiet, guys. I lowered the gain. It might be a little quiet, guys. I lowered the gain. Hopefully you can hear all right. Can I get a sounds good? Welcome, welcome. How are you guys doing? I'm still struggling a lot, but God, this shirt is like horrible. It's way too baggy for this. I should have put on a different shirt. Whatever, it's fine. So, yeah, I'm still struggling a lot, but I moved some stuff around so that I could talk to you guys. So yeah, I'm glad that I'm here. How'd you guys do on your exam? Welcome, welcome. Just took my SAT. Hope you're doing well. Well, I hope you're doing well too, man. I don't know how to say your name. Ga? Math boss. Hey, Redwan, is that how you say that? I'm doing all right. How are you doing? I'm just in a lot of pain right now from, I'm still recovering from my last neurosurgery, so. Making longer videos has been a nightmare because of my headaches, and one of my arms is really weak, so typing is kind of hard. I got all these problems, man. I did crank out 2 shorts, and one of them was something I never made a lesson on before. It's called Above or Below. I suggest you go watch that if you haven't already. I know it's not much, but if I can do something, I'm going to do it, you know? Fumbled a fairly easy, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I love how people say that like it's a sport. SAT is a sporting event. Nice, that's cool. Good stuff. And there's a lot of people here. You guys are so nice to me. I can't believe these streams are like, I mean, the channel's gotten bigger, right? But since my last Mario Kart stream in like June, these streams are doing so much better than my Mario Kart streams. I think people just like hanging out, you know? This is a lot more relaxing, isn't it? Maybe you guys can't see the nice view. I don't want to just film my neighbor's house, but, you know, it is really nice out here. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I suggest watching my other videos too. Yeah, my Ottocento and Problem Sette, they help a lot as you're, you can't do everything on Desmos. Yeah, lots of people have that idea in their head. That's a myth. There's some questions where there's not even any math at all. For example, my statistics conclusions video, none of those questions have any math. It's all text. I don't know if that's how it works, but I like the way you think. Yeah, I hated the SAT when I was little, man. Something about being 16, 17 and just being stressed out about life. I feel like it just makes it worse. When you take standardized tests when you're older and when you're younger, it's not as bad. But something about being sophomore, junior year in high school just kind of sucks, you know? Hey, Red One, great question. Have you watched my Ottocento playlist and Problem Sette playlist? I mean, because that's what I would do. Um, um, Prep Pros has some challenge problems beyond my Problem Sette, but they cost money. So that could be a deal breaker for you. And I'm going to be honest, I've watched their explanations. Some of their math explanations, they're all good, but I don't know if like some of them are a little hit or miss sometimes. Like there's definitely some typos in the questions, which is fair. I make typos in my questions, right? But like I fix them, you know? Like I try to fix them in the description and in the comments. There's been times where I've been doing their questions and been like, "What's going on?" And I think there's just blatantly an error. I use this course with my students. It's called No BS SAT Prep, but that also costs money. If you're looking for more free resources besides my channel, you should watch Satel Tutoring. He has a membership that is like $5, and it's got like hundreds of questions. I've never used it myself, but he makes good stuff, so I don't think you can go wrong, you know? Yeah, I feel like you probably want to watch the Ottocento playlist, Red One. Yeah, there's probably stuff like percent relations, advanced parabolas, advanced exponentials that you don't know how to do. So yeah, that's like a big I don't want to say mistake. Pitfall, is that the right word? Trap, where like people think, oh, I'm good at math. I can just go straight to doing the exams and stuff. I don't need to study. But like, you probably do need to study. Like unless you're already scoring like 760 or higher, there's some studying that needs to be done. Obviously, watching every single one of those yellow videos might be a waste of your time. And I'm not there to guide you and tell you which ones you probably need to spend the most time on. But use your best judgment. I can tell you already, the statistics videos, look at your score report too. What domains did it say you were bad at? Or did it just say -0 or -1 in all of them? Do you know what I'm talking about, the bar chart? Nice, that's awesome. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Butterfly? I'm a full-time math tutor, so I tutor SAT math, but I also tutor other math subjects, yeah. 62700, that's awesome. How am I feeling? Yeah, I talked about this before. Pretty bad, but thanks for asking. Yeah, I was feeling pretty good for a little bit, and then, you know, there's lots of pressure changes and blood flow changes going on in my body right now, and it's whatever. So basically, I'm going back to my neurosurgeon who's out of state, probably the only doctor in the country who can help me. And I'm going back on November 4th to see him, but it's not like it's not a surgery. It's just an appointment, you know. And then hopefully within like 6 weeks to a month after that, I'll have the next surgery. So I don't know. Yeah, I was hoping I could feel like close to 100% better before the March exam. But I don't know if that's going to happen. That's probably not realistic, you know. You got to be positive, but you also got to be realistic. Yeah, I live in South Carolina. Yeah, so yeah, of course, Red One. Yeah, I go over this every stream. It's a common thing to ask, right? You know, people are like, you know, we're all talking about going to college, right? And I'm not that much older than you guys. I'm 29. So I live in South Carolina. I am from New Jersey, and I went to University of Connecticut. I studied chemical engineering and maths. I started a chemical engineering PhD program. I was very bad at it. I dropped out. I changed my major to math education. I got my master's degree in math education at Rutgers University, which is very close to my house in New Jersey. And I was thinking about being a career change teacher in New Jersey, but you do the math. this is 2020. This is when COVID was going on. And New Jersey is one of the most densely populated, it is the most densely populated state. So getting a job in a school would have been a complete nightmare. So I decided to become a tutor, and then I got really sick neurologically. And my parents moved down here for retirement, and then I moved with them. And somehow, I could never pull this off in a million years. The only neurosurgeon in the country that can help me, I'm a part of this like experimental medicine program. The only neurosurgeon in the country who can help me is a couple hours away in North Carolina. I couldn't have planned that any better. You know what I mean? Like I used to think like, oh man, like, you know, gotta move so far away, and you know, it's like isolated, right? And now I'm like, geez, this is like a miracle. Does that make sense? Sorry for rambling. That was definitely TMI, but that is what you asked. Oh yeah, by the way, the hilarious thing, someone asked, like, again, I'm not upset. Someone asked, you a full-time tutor? It's not called insurance leaning. It's not called engineer leaning. It's not called cooking leaning. It's not called tech support leaning. It's just, yeah, it's tutor leaning. So yeah, I'm a tutor. Yeah, my business website is, you know, on my about. You can go look at that. There's a little bit more about me on there, but I pretty much just gave you the full story. My reviews are really good. I have like 46 5-star reviews. I work really hard. And I think the most important thing about being a tutor, I mean, I highly doubt anyone here is going to become a tutor, but the most important thing is that like you care about people. It's an incredibly personal job. If you don't show that you care about people, it's not going to work. You could be the smartest person in the world. You could understand the best ways to teach everything. If you don't care, you're not going to succeed. Really succeed, you know? Maybe you'll make money, but... Thank you. Yeah, Sadman, when I was getting my education degree, some random woman commented on one of my assignments. It was an online course. And some random woman commented, you have a very natural radio voice. I like listening to your voice. And I was like, thank you, but I think you're onto something. Yeah, so having a good voice helps a lot with public speaking. What I'm not good at is audio editing and production value. That's something I know nothing about. I didn't go to school for film. I like if I edit, if you guys watch my above or below video, the short that just came out, I edited a joke at the very end. That was like a lot. I mean, it only took me like 10 minutes, getting a little bit better, but there's so many things I don't know how to do. So I have an editor that I have helped me make stuff sometimes. I don't know if any of you guys edit videos, if you've just done it for fun or something. Editing software is like visual overload. So if you have headaches, it's really hard. I gotta give myself some slack there. All right, guys, sorry, I'm missing some of the comments here. Two-month prep using your vids, please. 750 plus, yeah, that means nothing. Where are you starting from? Yeah, let's start with there. Is that even a reasonable goal? I'm hoping to get better soon. Seem like down to earth. I am, thank you. Yeah. So basically, it's like on the edge. I talk about this in one of my videos. Maybe I should have just made a channel update. I figured if I made a channel update, no one would watch it. So I put my channel update in the middle of problem set day number 11. So if you go to problem set day number 11 and then go to the description, click on channel update, it talks about it. I have something called, it's 3 conditions, but the root of the problem apparently is that my jugular veins are very tiny and the blood from my brain can't leave because the jugular veins are too small. So the last surgery I just had was a jugular vein stent to widen my vein. And the surgery was a big success. It's just, one, I have complications from the surgery, like weakness and stuff like that, because there's nerves, right? And then the other thing is I also, so this is, if you ever get sick with something that's on both sides of your body, like left arm, right arm, they call it unilateral when it's just on one side, and then bilateral when it's on two sides. I have jugular narrowing bilaterally on both sides. So what's happening is my brain is going, oh, let's send all this blood down the left side. And now my right vein is like, whoa, we need some blood. And now my right side's getting weak. Does that make sense? So I'm probably going to go back. We're going to do the surgeries on the right side, and hopefully I will be 100%. But I don't know. I'm super cautiously optimistic. Something could totally go wrong, right? But yeah, the last one went really well. Like, they could see, like, forget about how much pain I'm in. Objectively, the doctor was like, your blood flow has improved. There's no way this didn't make at least a little bit of a difference. What's my inspiration? I'm not really good at a whole lot of things, and I need a job. Now, my inspiration to be a YouTuber is completely different, right? But if you're asking me what got me into SAT tutoring, I was displaced. I dropped out of my PhD program. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, so I just tried something, and I ended up really liking it. So there was no inspiration. Yeah, just like every person, I don't like the SAT. The story for making the channel, and geez, I can't even believe this, guys. Thank you so much, Sadman. Sadman? I don't know how to say that. Could you get 800 on the math portion if you mastered Desmos alone? Absolutely not. No. Yeah, you must know many math concepts. There's many questions that Desmos doesn't help you at all, or hardly. So yeah, what was my inspiration for making the channel? So, well, I guess I've always wanted to be a YouTuber because I like watching YouTube, right? But I'll tell you what happened. It's crazy because we're so far away. We're so far away from when the channel started. It's like you guys don't even know. Isn't that crazy? Like, to me, this was like yesterday. But like, I guess it was a couple years ago, 2022, right? That was my first video. So basically what happened was, if you guys don't remember, if you have an older sibling, they probably know. If you live in another country and you have an older sibling or a friend who's older, they probably know the story. So I had a moment of about 6 months in 2022 when I was healthy, like relatively healthy. Like, headaches were okay, all that stuff. You could tell in my first couple of videos, even though they're awful, I was like a little bit more sprightly and laughing and stuff. And right around the time I had clarity, right? College Board decides they're going to shove the digital SAT onto the international students. And then the USA students, they get to wait a year. And I saw all these disadvantaged people scrambling to succeed on this new exam because there was no resources. And that galvanized me to make as many videos as possible, even after I got sick. So yeah, I just wanted to help with that problem. And then once people start commenting, saying nice things, boom, then you just keep going, right? It's like, you know, it's like, okay, I helped that person. Boom, I pull myself out of bed, make another video, you know? So yeah, I really do just want to help people. And again, it's not just international students anymore. Americans as well. But I will say, like, 65% of my watch time on my channel is international. So those are where the most ardent viewers are from, right? Hope that answers your question. But yeah, I also, right, it wasn't just selfless. Like, I was like, wait a minute, I can launch my channel and my business if I make all these videos. Because all my other peers who are making American channels, they were like, oh, there's a year until the test comes out. I don't need to do it. They just got lazy, right? So there was this really, really high demand of digital SAT videos, and then only a couple channels even bothering to make any, and I was one of them. So I just launched past everyone, and now no one can catch up to me. Isn't that crazy? I mean, you could call it luck, but it was also just being proactive, right? Lots of other people had that option to be proactive, and they chose not to do it. So Yeah, that's a really good idea, Sadman. I can try, yeah. So, I'm actually going to do that anyway. A friend of mine wants to promote. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, Butterfly. I hope they watch my other videos too. I have lots of viewers in Nepal. What country are you in? Lots of viewers in Nepal, Bangladesh, Pakistan, some India. Yeah, so I was going to make a video, like one of my friends wants to promote my channel and they want me to make a video about how to use the channel. And I was like, oh, okay, I could do that. We could make like a reel and then I could make like a horizontal version of the how to use the channel and then upload that to YouTube. But like the only thing is, and I think it's a really good idea, I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it. But the only thing is I'm a little... You know how Mike Satella makes lots of videos like that, where it's just like SAT news, like, oh, how to study. I don't want this to become a how to study channel. I want this to become a, like, you know what I mean? Like, guys, I stopped making lectures because I'm sick, not because I want the focus of the channel to change. I always want the focus of the channel to be the math. There's a million videos out there telling you how to study. I need to offer you what's unique about me, and that's good math lectures, right? You know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? I don't know. Yay, nay? Can I get something here? Oh, Iraq. Nice. That's very cool. Yeah, what else you guys want to talk about? Ask me almost anything. Sorry, like I said, I'm super out of it. Headaches, you know? And it didn't help because I had a meeting during this time when I normally do this. I had a tutoring meeting. I moved it to early in the morning. So I had to get up early, and now I'm like even more exhausted. So I'm a little cooked, so yeah, you guys gotta help me out. Wow, Bangladesh, that's awesome. Oh man. Iraq, Bangladesh, I'm gonna give that a heart. Let's see if I can do that on here. I don't know, it's not popping up with the thing. Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, that's why I started making the hard problem videos. It's like, and then people comment like, oh, this is too hard. It's like, okay, it's like, that's the point. You know, it's like, there's so much content aimed at people who are severely struggling. There's got to be some content out there for people who are doing pretty good and want to get better, right? Like people scoring like 600, 650, 700. And that's, I guess, the niche I've carved out. But also, like, let's be real, like, even though my videos are super simple, taking the time to type up the math formulas so that it looks nice and then putting into a PowerPoint, that is a bare minimum of effort, but it's so much more effort than my peers do. Even like, you know, actually, no, I shouldn't say this. Mike Sattel does do a good job of presenting. He makes PowerPoints and stuff. They're actually probably better than mine. But basically everyone else, it's like, you know, they're just sitting there scribbling on something and there's typos and crap. You know, it's like, people think that because you guys are children that you don't notice when something is unprofessional. But like, you really do, right? Like, these little things add up, you know? And another thing too is like, because the SAT is so horrible, they just, like, people, they look like they're so miserable on the camera, or they look like they're being overly smiley, like they're trying to be artificial. Like, I don't know why so many people, this is all aspects of YouTube, not just SAT, why so many people struggle to just be genuine and be themselves. Yeah, anyway. I don't really have any other developments, guys. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, I'm getting Indian food today. because my dad is going to get it for me. He's super nice. We live in the middle of nowhere, but there's like an Indian food truck that comes once every couple weeks. And my parents are going to go get it for me, so that's nice. Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. It's just like that kind of content, Butterfly. Favorite kind of Indian food or just food in general? Because that's a tough question. But yeah, that type of content, it's aimed at the parents. It's not aimed at the kids, right? Like, I'm making content for the kids, the students. And then sure, if I go up in the algorithm, someone hires me, that's great, right? But that's icing on the cake. That's not the goal, right? It's not like my life's mission is to crank out videos, make as much money as possible. No, that's a horrible way to live your life, right? It's like you just do good for others and then hope they do good onto you, right? My favorite type of food is probably Indian or Italian food because I'm Italian. Out of Indian food, I haven't tried enough yet. But I do love many types of curry. And I do like biryani. And then other types of food, I don't know, Italian food, it's like I love chicken parmesan, eggplant parmesan. Probably one of those. It's so bad for you, but doesn't matter. People in oh my god, by the way, there's a stereotype. There's like, you guys ever seen the TV show The Sopranos? New Jersey Italians, like, that is the stereotype. Like, I am that stereotype. Like, hey, Tony, let's go get a slice. Like, I don't talk like that, but culturally, we're pretty much the same. In this house, Tudorlini was a hero. End of story. He doesn't say that, I wish. Yeah. Do you mean like the audio quality right now, or do you mean like in my other videos? I think it's gotten better. Go watch the problem set day number, what is it, 12? I think it's pretty good. I balanced the audio after I recorded it. Yeah, exactly. I think what helps Butterfly is that I don't think children are in the cards for me. And that is a huge source of relief. Because lots of people, keep in mind too, right? Like, everybody's going through something. Lots of people are money hungry because they have like a family or kids or medical bills, you know. And I'm just pretty fortunate to not have any of those responsibilities right now. So it is easier for me, but you're right. It's like, yeah, it's like people, they hit like age 45, they got all the money in the world, and then it's like, you're still unhappy, you know? Yeah, I know. If you go back, unfortunately, see that people say that all the time on the older videos, Sadman, but I can't re-upload them. You know, it's like people are still watching them, so it's like, and that would be a waste of time. People would prefer more new videos, right? So I think it's gotten better, but yeah, I wish I could go back in time and like re-upload it or something, but they don't let you do that on YouTube. Yo, Sefas, what's up, man? Welcome. What do you want to talk about? Welcome to the stream. I don't know how to say your name. Yeah, we're hanging out. Yeah, ask me almost anything. Anybody interested in studying engineering? Because I know a lot about that. Anybody got any movies or TV shows they're watching? We can talk about the, I don't want to, but we can talk about the exam, just not specifics. Like, we can't go over questions. We talk about, like, it was hard, computers crashing, Proctor was terrible. You know, you could talk about that kind of stuff. But I'm hoping this just kind of takes your mind off it, you know? I don't want you to stress out. Tell us about engineering. I'm interested. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I can't give you a definitive answer of anything's enough. I'm sorry, that's just a very vague, not good question. But I do think that playlist will help you a lot. I don't know if it will raise you to 800, but I'm almost certain if you go through all of them and do every single worksheet and pay attention and take notes, it will raise your score some. So, I don't know. Again, if I had more information, I could tell you. All right, so tell us about engineering. Let's see. So I never worked as an engineer, but some of my friends have. Probably the number one advice I can give you when picking a school, and this obviously money is a factor. International students, it's a very complex admissions situation, and I'm not even going to pretend to understand it. I'm not an admissions expert, so take this with a grain of salt, especially if you're international. But if you're an American or you have tons of money, I would highly suggest you just go to a large public school that's like middle tier in engineering. Because the larger public schools tend to have more funding for science and stuff like that. Now, there's like lots of politics going on, so that might not be the case in a year or two. It kind of depends. You should stay on top of the current events. There's a lot of messed up stuff going on with like the National Science Foundation and stuff like that right now. But generally speaking, I think most people, if they go to a middle tier public school, they'll stand out more than if they went to Harvard. And arguably, they might get better opportunities at the public school than at Harvard because Harvard's smaller, right? They maybe have less money for research. Sure, they have more money than lots of schools, but I don't know. For example, a Rutgers University or University of Maryland College Park. Those are giant schools with like tons of people and lots of funding. I don't know if that's making any sense. Yeah, so anyway, the moral of the story. I went to University of Connecticut. It's called UConn School. I guess it's called UConn College of Engineering now. And like four or five of my best friends, it was ranked like 70th in engineering. 70th. And it was a public school. 70th. Okay? I'm sure many people reading this, if they were a citizen, would get in as well. Like my five best friends, like all of them have jobs. Two of them have engineering PhDs from Ivy League schools. One of them's a professor in engineering at an Ivy League school. College is what you make of it, right? This idea that you need to, like, again, I know it's different for international students. You want to go to Harvard so that you can get funding, all that stuff, right? But for Americans, it's like, why do you want to go to Harvard so bad? It's like, you can literally go do your master's or PhD at Harvard. You know, I don't understand you get what I'm saying? Is this making any sense? So yeah, make sure that you want to be an engineer. There's a lot of like making charts. There's a lot of like sitting behind a science bench. And there's a lot of thinking like a businessman. And if you're not very money oriented, it might not be for you either. So yeah, I would just join a research lab, probably second semester of my freshman year, and then start doing science immediately. And sure, maybe the science you do in the workplace will be better, but you need that. It will be more interesting, but you need just any experience you can get. Just do research for class credit. And then try to get an internship like your junior year. All right, so yeah, sorry, big tangent. You guys didn't really ask anything specific, so I just rambled. Environmental engineering would fare in the future. Yeah, that kind of depends. If we all of a sudden are cutting, which this was in the news like yesterday, we're like cutting energy programs from like 16 states or something. Yeah, that doesn't bode well. So, probably the most, you'd have to look this up. I'm just guessing here. Severe guesswork. Take what I say with a grain of salt. Probably mechanical engineering and computer science, and to some extent chemical engineering, are your safest bets. Everything else is just kind of, there's not as many jobs for. So yeah, computer science isn't technically an engineering major. Some schools have what's called computer science and engineering, and my best friend actually, my roommate actually did that. He was computer science and engineering. But yeah, regardless of whatever you study, minoring in computer science is a good idea, because no matter what your job is, computer science will help you. I use computer science to make the videos, like to type out the LaTeX code for the equations and for the worksheets. I made that last worksheet, problem set to number 12, entirely in code. And it looked really good, didn't it? I mean, sure, maybe I wasted a bunch of time on that, but you know, that life skill, I'm not an amazing coder, don't get me wrong. But the point is, I know the basics enough that I can, you know, do something small that will improve my work. And most people can't do that. So minoring in computer science, regardless of what you major in, even if you study history, is a good idea. Did I ever visit outside USA? Yes, I've been to Aruba, and I think that's it. Oh, and Canada. Yeah, I think that's it. I've also been to Hawaii, but that's still in the USA, right? And I've been to a couple places all over the country. I've probably been to like 7 states, 10 states, something like that. If you count driving through them, sure, but like actually spent time in like 10 states? I don't know. I used to travel a fair amount when I was a kid because I was a competitive swimmer, and the competitions would often be out of state. LAC? Liberal Arts College, you mean? Okay, yeah, this is a great, hold on, this is a great question. Hi, XDo. Can I just call you Hi? What should I call you? After undergrad at public school, should I immediately pursue master's PhD? First of all, I don't suggest getting a PhD. Let's just get that out of the way. Second of all, should I immediately pursue master's or PhD or get a job first? We were talking about this at the last stream. So the upside of going straight into the master's PhD is you get it over with, right? And when I say master's PhD, I don't mean both. I mean master's or PhD. I don't suggest doing PhD. But if you really want to do a PhD, master's or PhD, there might be some statistics on PhD success rate if you go straight into it. I have a feeling people who go straight into it are more likely to succeed. I would look that up. That's a good thing to look up. It's probably called like consecutive matriculation. I don't know what it's called. And anyway, so you might be more likely to succeed if you go straight into it. However, what I suggest you think about is getting a master's. And if you go straight into a master's, that'll be probably not bad for you, but you'll have to pay for it, probably, unless you can secure funding. And what lots of people do is, and I knew people who did this at Rutgers, okay? Lots of people pursuing a master's, the classes are just at night. And then they work a job during the day, and then the job pays for their master's degree as part of their professional development. You have to establish yourself, and you got to butter some people up, but if you work for like 2 or 3 years and go, hey, listen, I could be an asset to this company long term, could you pay for my master's degree? And then oftentimes they'll consider it. So, which is better? Getting it paid for and being miserable, working all the time and doing night classes and studying and doing research, or trying to save up money or taking out a loan and going straight into it and paying for it yourself, the master's degree. Again, PhD would be covered at most schools. I don't know. Personally, I would go straight into it, get it out of the way. I know I have, this is so funny, actually my first 2T ever. I tutored engineering before I even dreamt of becoming a tutor as a part-time job when I was in school. And my first student ever, he did that. He got a job. They paid, and then did his PhD part-time. I don't know how he fucking did it. That guy is a million times smarter than me. I can't even imagine the him needing to come to me for help. Like I can't. And now that I think about it, like I'm really fulfilled that I helped him get on the right track and that he looked up to me. But yeah, anyway. So people, it can be done, but it's hard to do your master's degree at night. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, for engineering, you probably don't want to go to a liberal arts college. It depends. I mean, worst comes to worst, a good way to figure it out would be to look at the engineering school rankings on U.S. News, World and Report. That'll at least give you a rough idea. Again, I'm not an admissions expert. Ultimately, a lot of you guys, you have to go where you can afford, right? So that should probably be priority number one. Yeah, you're right, Sadman. Yeah, it is. I can't believe, and that was the first one. Could you imagine when like some of my students now are like 25, 30? Oh man, they're gonna like cure cancer. Anyway. I am from Pakistan. Oh, sorry, my glasses. Tayyab? I don't know how to say that. Tayyab? Thank you so much for your kind words. I appreciate it. That's so nice. You guys are too kind. I hope I have the chat up to date. It should be a little delayed, but not too long. I don't know. We're doing good, I think. Yeah, oh my god, guys, I shouldn't say this, but as long as I don't use their name, it's fine. I helped this kid over the summer go up 170 points on their SAT math. And I'm just so excited to see what they accomplish. This is gonna like open a lot of doors for them, and it makes me really happy. It's crazy how even when you're sick, you know, if you set your mind to it, you really can make a difference in someone's life. Oh God, my head hurts. So what else should we talk about? Other questions about science, questions about grad school. Highly suggests. It's not a very fun school. Yeah, I can try, dude. Nice, Rosa. That's awesome. Rosa, are you in America? What country are you in? I appreciate your kind words. I'd give it a heart, but my YouTube app is giving me some problems. I might have to update it. I'm not very good at this whole, as you can tell, look at the professionalism. My shirt is like dangling. I'm not really good at the whole, I'm good with the idea for the video and the execution. When it comes to the production value and the editing, I'm a novice. But imagine. Iraq, that's awesome. Yeah, we got a couple people from Iraq. That's awesome, represent. Okay, so if I could magically teleport to your country right now, what food should I get? And then I can get really hungry. We should do more of these live sessions. I can try. Again, dude, it's like my health is just getting in the way. But tutoring towards the end of the year is starting to die down. Maybe we could throw some in the middle of the week. See, this is the thing, right? In the middle of the week, Americans are in school, but like you guys overseas, it's evening. So, and what, 65% of the channel is international, so might as well tailor it to the people on the Eastern Hemisphere, you know? Not that I don't want to see the Americans, it's just they're less likely to come. Although, come on, let's be real. The Saturday one, if you were in America, you know, you probably wouldn't want to watch this. Like lots of kids, they probably like, they go get ice cream, go to the movies, go home and cry. I don't know. Biryani. Yeah, I do like biryani. Sorry I said it like that. My sister-in-law is Indian American. She got me hooked on biryani. Oh my god, that's the worst thing she's ever done to me. You gotta eat it with your hand, like this. Like an Italian mother getting mad at you. I gotta eat it with my hand next time. That's what chat, people in chat, I think they were from Nepal. People in chat were telling me that last time. Kyle, oh, you use spoon? Oh my god, you heathen. I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Slay? Are you saying slay, or is that a food? How do you, what is it? How does mid-level state unis like Alabama State? I don't know if that's mid-level. What are they ranked in engineering? Probably somewhere between like 50 and 120. I guess that's pretty good. It's probably going to be hard to find a job. I mean, I don't know off the top of my head, but it's in a really isolated area, I think. So, yeah, I don't know. This dish we have called Topsy. Oh, that sounds great. Oh my god, that sounds awesome. I had when I was at an Indian restaurant and I had eggplant curry. Oh my god, it was so good. Eggplant is great when you surround it with tons of stuff that's unhealthy for you. But yeah, oh my god, that sounds so good. Not a food. LOL. Yeah, some of the people on the channel have told me they've done that in the past. Taking a gap year to get a higher score, I mean, it isn't the worst thing. I know people who've pulled it off, but they've been pretty extraordinary. It's just the more hurdles you have for your application or your visa or whatever, it's tough. You see what I'm saying? It's like, this is like the problem with like young Americans. Not all of them, you know, but like, this is me, myself included, you know, 10, 12 years ago, me. We take everything for granted, you know? Like, we enjoy so much that lots of people just don't. Especially if you're like middle class or upper class like I was. You know, life is just so much easier. And we're stressing about, oh, our future, which college to go to, when it's like, maybe we should just take a deep breath and go outside, you know? I don't know. Hindsight's 2020. If I knew I was going to be a tutor, obviously my college decision process would have been way easier. I would have just went to the cheapest one. Or whichever one seemed the most fun. You need to try What'd you just call me? We don't swear on this stream. Oh yeah. I know what slay means. Okay, it's just I'm saying things and then seeing you guys write it at a different time. What's that word? Sorry. What'd you just call me? I don't know if you should have typed that. No, that sounds awesome. Do you have any international friends? Yeah, one of my former students. One of my former students. And some tutors, but not really a whole lot I'm super close with. My family is like 5 generations removed from immigration. Like me at least. I'm like 3, 4, 5, 6 generations removed from immigration. My sister-in-law is Indian American, but big emphasis on the Indian. Even though she's a citizen, she spent a lot of her time in, I think, Bangalore. So if you count that, then yeah, I have a close friend who's international. Do I feel like going outdoors? I am outside right now. This is my porch. I mean, I'll show you guys the palm tree if you want, but it's not that exciting. Oh yeah, hey Ashton. Yeah, sorry, you can't comment. Questions. Yeah, sorry about that, man. Yeah, especially with your real name, that's not smart. Because, you know, they could cancel your scores for breaking the rules. So I would stop doing that. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to ban you. Sorry. Fuchka. I'm not convinced you're just. I'm not convinced you're not trying to just get me to swear. My channel's gonna get demonetized. The video's gonna get taken down and be like, no, I was just trying to learn about culture. Thank you. Yeah, our house is super nice. We're so lucky. Yeah, so I was thinking, it's like, I'm so popular in Nepal, I should like take a vacation to Kathmandu years from now with maybe my friend. And, you know, I could tell people where I am or something. That would be cool. Or I could go speak at a high school. I'm sure they would be okay with that. I don't know. It would have to be a high school with lots of English speakers, but... Anyway, traveling is not... Yeah, oh man, shots fired. Shots fired, yeah, I don't own the house. Wise guy. Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you're gonna discuss the exam after the test, you should probably do so anonymously and not here, because I'm not comfortable with it. So if you're gonna do that, if you feel like you can't suppress the urge, go do that somewhere else. Please, because I don't want to get my channel taken down. I've seen it happen. I've seen people post leaked questions, get their channel taken down. Not doing it. Doesn't matter if it feels worth it to you. It's not worth it to everyone else or me. And it's also just not good for your mental health. Like, go do something to take your mind off it. If this isn't taking your mind off it, please, I encourage you to leave and go outside. Unless it's like really cold or really hot, then just go do anything. I hope I'm helping, but if I'm not, tell me to, get out of here. Maybe not camping, but definitely like walking or hiking, yeah. Yeah, I would love to do that. I was we have a pool, and I was a competitive swimmer for like 12 years, so I'd like to get back into that too, maybe. Or maybe walking or running, I don't know. I do go for walks, but just not very far because I start to like limp a little bit. They're not watching this instantaneously, guys. It's just, it's more of a rule for my channel. Better safe than sorry for both of us, right? That's a big part of the reason why I don't. You know how Satel does this? He has live streams where people can ask questions. I don't do that because people are just going to ask me about stolen questions. And I'm not going to know if it's stolen or just a genuine question. So, kind of just doesn't work, And teaching over a live stream is so ineffective. We have to wait through the delay to. But yeah, I think we kind of we could do something more fun, like video games or something else, another time. Especially if I do one random in the middle of the week, because there'll probably be long periods of time where no one's there, and I'll just need something to keep myself busy. On the exam day and the score release day, there's always people coming to say hi, so I figured just sitting here is all right. Sorry if it's boring. That's a good question. I don't know. Probably the score release day in 13 days. So what's today? Is the 4th. So plus 13, that's Friday, October 17th at about the same time. Yeah, and we can go soon. Don't feel obligated, guys. What has it been, like about an hour? Maybe we'll go a little bit longer. Anyone else got any questions, things they want to talk about? Anything at all? Well, almost anything. I really feel for, the people all over the world, right? But man, I really feel for the people in Nepal. They're going through some stuff right now. I hope their situation improves soon. Thank you so much, Saban. I appreciate it. It is a hidden gem. You are right. That is a much better phrase. People tend to say underrated. It's not underrated. Everybody seems to love it. It's a hidden gem. That is the perfect descriptor. Still blows my mind how many people go and break the rules that they agreed to, like with their real name. I don't know if that person used their real name, but it's like, man, dude, if you're gonna go like, put something questionable in writing, you probably shouldn't use your real name. That's just a good life practice. It's just. I think what happens is, people when they make a YouTube account, they just use their Google account and it just defaults to whatever their name on their email is, and they don't change it, which probably isn't wise. I don't know, guys. I'm running out of things to talk about. Anybody got something else I want to talk about? Yeah, exactly. Nobody reads them or listens to the proctor, and it's all so confusing. And honestly, right? It's like, yeah, College Board should be releasing more exams and stuff. So it's like, I get it. You know, they should be. There's supposed to be another one coming out in a couple months. Another practice test. But we'll see. I don't know. They say stuff like that all the time. Anybody here game? What's my SAT score? Ooh, favorite show or movie? Ooh, love that. Okay. As a kid, I didn't do as hot. My reading and writing score was way worse as a kid. On math, when I was a kid, I got -1, and that was a 770. But the test was like completely different back then. And then as an adult, not for the digital SAT because they don't want tutors taking the digital exam. They used to allow tutors to take the paper exam. And that was, 2016 to 2023. I took it a couple times in like those years. I think 4 times. And I got an 800 3 times. And my reading writing was 740, so 1540. Yeah. And I got an 800 3 times. Favorite show or movie? I just take it down. Probably nothing. College Board's not watching it super religiously, but the point is, if I don't nip it in the bud, other people are going to do it, and then it'll become a bigger problem. Does that make sense? Yeah, probably nothing. That guy's fine. I'm not trying to get you guys to freak out about this. I'm just trying to give you a life lesson about being cautious. Okay. Favorite show or movie? Ooh. Well, my favorite TV show right now that I watched recently, live action, I think was Better Call Saul. I like Better Call Saul a lot. If we're talking anime, if you count that as a show, I love this anime called Monster. And it's about a neurosurgeon, so pretty interesting to me. And very philosophical. I like that kind of stuff. If you look up Monster Anime, it's on Netflix. And movie, my favorite movie of all time, I think, is Cinema Paradiso. But some other movies I really like is Ratatouille. You can imagine, it's like, it's a food-based pun. You can imagine maybe where I got the idea from for tutor leaning. And I really like The Prestige. I liked Interstellar a lot. Yeah, I'm trying to think what my top 5 movies are. I don't know. But yeah, definitely those two, Cinema Paradiso and Ratatouille, The Prestige, Interstellar. If I had to come up with a 5th, I don't know. Recently, I watched Ford v Ferrari. That was really good. That was a very good movie. I like that. Shawshank Redemption. Oh my God, that's a great movie. Yeah, put that on the list. Make that my 5th. Yeah, Monsters 10 out of 10. Any anime you guys like? I'm a big fan of Monster. I like My Hero Academia, Hunter x Hunter, One Piece, Steins Gate. Oh my God. By the way, guys, if you want I mean, don't watch it because it's kind of horrifying, but if you guys haven't seen Steins Gate, any of you guys interested in being a grad student, you should go watch Steins Gate because it's like, I don't want to spoil it, but like the first half of the show is just a bunch of grad students like goofing around. And it's so relatable. Like they're poor, they live in a crummy apartment. Like it's so relatable. Like just watch Steins Gate if you have any intention of going to grad school. I'm not a big fan of super gory stuff, so and horror stuff. So Attack on Titan, I don't like. I liked this show called that was a little creepy. It's called Pluto. Have you seen Pluto? It's really short. It's only like 8 episodes. That's on Netflix. Pluto. Nice. That's cool. Demon Slayer, I don't think I've seen either. Maybe I should watch it. I don't know, dude. I gotta catch up on One Piece. I got like 9 arcs in, and yeah, it just keeps going. And then with headaches, like the subtitles are kind of hard to read. You know, it's like a lot of visual overload. So, one of the many things I hope to get back into soon. So TV, movies, video games. I'm trying to, especially more as my head gets better, get more into reading books. I read a book about a famous mathematician. It was like it was like math history. That was cool. And yeah, I've been kind of stuck at home because of illness. But if I weren't stuck at home, swimming, go to the movies, go out to eat. Yeah, stuff like that. Sometimes I follow sport, like swimming, like swimming competitions and stuff like that. I used to watch like American football, but uh, like I'll watch it with my family for a few minutes, but I'm not a big fan anymore. The Godfather, yeah. I don't think I've watched Godfather all the way through. I'll make a point of it. I'll let you know next time. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Some people say it's hard. Some people say it's easy. You can't just don't comment about the questions though. Yeah. Yeah, you can't do that here. Yeah, I should watch The Godfather. Okay, so here's some. I watched Goodfellas recently. That's a Italian, New Jersey Italian mobster movie, and it's literally in New Jersey. So funny. And then I watched The Irishman, which I don't think any of it takes place in New Jersey, but very similar movie. And I don't know what other stereotypical Italian movies have I seen? I don't know. I started it. Yeah, I'm like 10 or 12 episodes in. That would be a good thing to watch right now. Maybe I should watch that. That's a good idea. Thank you, Butterfly. I appreciate it. I hope so too. I hope so too. The last one was really promising, so I'm hoping if the right one goes well, the right side goes well, I'll be okay. But I gotta wait and see what the doctor says. He knows better than me. Yeah, could you imagine? Oh my god, all the goofy stuff I could put in my videos if I had more energy. I could do a video next to my palm tree. Oh yeah, if you guys don't know, South Carolina, like palm trees are really popular here for some reason. I don't know why. All right, maybe we should go in a few minutes. Anything else? Any other burning questions? You can ask me almost anything. You can tell me almost anything. You share something about yourself. Anything at all. I'm very happy with how this went, guys. I really appreciate everyone coming here and being civil. Sadman, I don't know what your current score is, but a good general purpose thing for everyone to start with is the Ottocento playlist. Yeah, so just do all the yellow videos in order. Some of the ones at the beginning are a little scuffed production quality-wise, but it does get better towards the end. Like I said, I'm just an idiot at editing. So I'd watch all those yellow ones, and then try to do a practice test and learn from your mistakes. And then if you're still making mistakes on something, try to get practice problems from somewhere else, like on a specific topic. And then if your score gets close to like 650, 700, then you can start going through the problem set day. Some of the ones at the beginning are a little but once you get towards those ones at the end, like 5, 6 onward, they're really good. So yeah, do the Ottocento first. And then another thing you can do the week before your exam is watch my flashcards. And I have formula sheets. It's linked in my most recent horizontal video. There's 3 of them. I'll probably make a 4th one for the November exam. And there's a Google Drive link in the description, so if you go to that video and then click in the description, you can download my formula sheets. That's like, again, do that like a week before your exam. Don't just try to learn everything from those formula sheets. It won't make any sense. Oh, 650 is really good. Yeah, I would still start with the Ottocento playlist. And, I guess you could, if you're low on time, you could try to, pick out which ones are the most important. To what you get wrong, but it's like you might want to just do them all because it's tough to know what you don't know. I'm telling you, I don't know how many times people have just skipped one of the videos in the playlist and then been like, hey, is there a video where you go over this? And it's like, yeah. Someone asked last night, hey man, I know it's late, but can you help with this advanced parabolas question? It doesn't make any sense. I was like, yeah, sure, here's my hour-long video. It's like, you can't learn this in 20 minutes, So, I didn't say that, but, I sent him the video because I'm trying to help. I saw he was desperate. Cramming for the SAT just doesn't work. Your idea to set aside time for like a month or 2 is good. Yeah, the feedback to the formula sheets was really positive, so that's a really good thing for me to do for you guys when I don't feel up to making videos. It doesn't net me any money, so that kind of sucks, but it helps, right? That's the important thing. All right, guys. Seems like people are starting to tune out, and I am also starting to mentally tune out. Nice, that's awesome, Salman. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, I'm going to keep making those too. That's another good thing to do when I'm not feeling up to spending 40 hours making a lecture. All right, I think I'm going to go, guys. It was great speaking with all of you. Thank you so much for coming. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace out. Good luck, everybody.